to Evening Plus. We're going to talk about an event now coming up next weekend. It's all about supporting local breast cancer research. I'm joined here in studio by Pat Rinalda, Be Brave founder, and Chris Bartnick, Be Brave race director. We're talking all about Be Brave, if you couldn't guess. Ladies, thanks so much for being here to talk about this wonderful event. It's not this weekend, but next weekend. Yes. And this is all about supporting research that's happening right here in our community. Of course, this is a cause that touches just about everybody's lives in some way. You two obviously very passionate about it. If anyone hasn't heard of this event that's been around for almost 2 decades at this point, what is it all about? Tell me more.
Oh, wow, that's a loaded question. So we will. Yes, as you said, we've been around 18 years. And yeah, I started it originally for a friend of mine who's still battling to this day, which is great. And I have always enjoyed fundraising.
I am just going to pause you for 1 sec just to adjust your microphone. If that's okay, live here, there just a little feedback. This is live television, people. There we go.
Is it?
I think that's sounding better now.
Is that better?
Yep, that's better.
Okay.
Anyways, you were telling a beautiful story there.
Yes.
Please continue.
Okay. So anyway, I started it for my friend Jody Sikma.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, let's just do something for a year just to raise money and awareness for breast cancer research and my friend Jody. Well, that was 18 years ago. So we have, in our time of 18 years, we've raised over $1 million, and our money stays right here local at the Van Andel Institute.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm sure so many survivors and families have been touched by this over the years, aside from just your friend. You know, as I mentioned,
absolutely.
This is a cause that really impacts all of us in one way or another.
It does.
And so this event, let's talk all about it because it's kind of got a bunch of fun things that are a part of it. You want to talk to me through, Chris, just a little bit about what it'll entail next weekend?
Absolutely. So the 5K is our run or walk, and we have competitive runners who win, you know, their medal and go home with a prize. And then we have the super casual walker who, this is the only 5K that they do a year. And we welcome, you know, kids on strollers, friendly dogs on leashes. Sometimes people will dress up in bee costumes. So that's completely, I think there was a cow one year or something. So yeah, we're totally family friendly. It's an incredible atmosphere. As soon as you pull in, you're already getting applause for just showing up as you drive in. And it's just an incredibly uplifting event and day.
I love that.
The date is the 4th.
Yes.
So it's Saturday the 4th.
Yes.
And Chris mentioned as you drive in, we have students that volunteer. We have the soccer team from East Kentwood. We have the cheer team from Catholic Central. We have the JV volleyball, student council and group, and the South Christian cheerleaders. And they line the road coming in.
Oh, I love
holding
that.
signs and cheering.
And cowbells.
And cowbells. And I tell them to bring bullhorns, take whatever you want, and just make happy noise.
Yeah.
And that right there is very, very unique, as is our venue. I mean, we are part road, part farm, so it's kind of a cross-country road event. Lovely this time of year.
Yes.
So I think that's unique. And what else is unique, Chris? We have so many amazing things.
So, as you mentioned, you know, we have so many survivors and women that have fought and battled through breast cancer. And we welcome them to come up and share their name, when they were diagnosed, and what type of breast cancer that they had, so that people get to really put a face to a diagnosis, right? It's not just one type of woman. It's not just a woman.
Yeah.
You know, it affects people of all kinds. And once we do that, we also have where our featured fighter speaks. And that is a woman that's currently battling. Ashlyn Stein is our featured fighter this year. And she is 30 years old. She's a mom of 4, and she was diagnosed with her initial staging was stage 4 breast cancer. And she's been battling the last year. And it's just incredible, the hope that women gain from seeing it doesn't have to be a death sentence because of treatments that have been developed, because of medicines that have been developed. There is hope, and they see other women who are living and thriving with stage 4 breast cancer.
And I think it's something, it's something so many people have dealt with in one way or another, whether it's personal or someone they know. I know it's a concept that we're very passionate about talking about here at 13 on Your Side. And it's also something that, as you guys mentioned, it's not one age group of women. Unfortunately, we hear about stories, young women in their late 20s and early 30s, all the way up to, to whatever age, that are dealing with a breast cancer diagnosis. It really can impact anyone at any sort of life stage, a young mom with kids. So it's really something that impacts so many people every day. And the focus for the proceeds from the event is local research, which I think is unique because there's so many great national organizations, of course, that do great research. But you guys with this event are keeping that money here with the Van Andel Institute to do that research here. Tell me about the push there to keep it local.
Oh my gosh, it was the best decision we made. And we actually made that probably after our first 8 years. So we've now been, 8 or 9 years, whatever. This is our 9th year with Van Andel. And the beautiful thing is the support that they give us behind the scenes, that we've become almost more professional than we even know what to do with this year because of their connections.
Right.
I mean, we have, our sound man is from Wicked Pro Events, and that's a Van Andel connection. I'm very excited this year. I actually have a professional singer singing the national anthem.
Beautiful.
His name is Wayburn Dean. And we have Rob Sparks from 105.3 as an official MC.
Yeah.
So I get to
big
hug
time.
the people this year, and he gets to do the talking. So
I love it.
I mean, the Van Andel Institute is so spectacular. And another thing that they do that I think is really powerful for our sponsors, which I'd like to talk about in just a minute, and our supporters, is they do a lunch and learn. So the lab that we send our money to is the Matt Steensma lab. And Carrie Graviel is the doctor along with Matt. And they lead this lunch and learn. And we can ask questions, and they dumb it down for us so we kind of can understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
But the powerful, and they have their grad students and, some of their researchers in there. And they then can put a face in front of that microscope. So, they are touched by the whole thing too.
Well, and inversely, our supporters and our sponsors and our fighters, they get to learn the different theories and research that is happening right here with our money. That's such a powerful thing to know. My dollars,
Every single one.
Every single one of my dollars of this registration dollar supported buying this microscope that's creating groundbreaking research.
Yeah,
in
staying
this
right
lab,
here where we all
here
live,
in Grand
which is just
Rapids.
so cool.
Yes.
And then they also come to our race. So you'll see, if you come to the race, you'll see a Van Andel Institute team there representing. And they're one of our Team Buzz Warriors, which is another concept where people commit to raising $1,000.
To earn beautiful jackets.
Yes.
There you go.
And they do it. So they put their mouth where their money where their mouth is, I guess it is.
And they show up and they're
And they
there and then
show
they're
up and
doing
they
the work in the
support
lab
us,
as well.
And everyone gets, it's such a symbiotic relationship. It's really unique, and I wish that more people took advantage of Van Andel Institute and the support that they give you, because you know where your dollars are going.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
know where your money is
incredible.
going.
You don't get to say that with a lot of charities.
And that it's staying in your community too. Not even just Michigan, but right here in West Michigan.
And
which is
that
really
decision kind of came along with some of the sponsors saying, where is this money going?
Sure.
And that made us start thinking, we need to keep this local. So if I could just do a shout out to our main top sponsor is BMG.
Their title.
They are our title sponsor. So they give us, they've been support from the very beginning. And then SpendMend is a Platinum Plus, and then our Platinum sponsors are CareLink Home Medical Supply and Equipment, RTI Insurance Group, and West Michigan Hospice, which is located in Lowell. And then we have a whole lot of other sponsors, and all of that money goes to the cause. So it's a beautiful
And
thing.
easier to pull in more great, generous donations when you can tell people, hey, go drive by, where this research is happening. I'm sure it's just so impressive. And the Be Brave, obviously that's what this is called, is the Be Brave 5K. And I know you guys were chatting with me earlier about how people know the signs. They see the B signs, they think of this event. I can imagine where that comes from, but tell me a little bit about kind of the motto and the image here.
So the bumblebee, it actually the aerodynamically should not be able to fly because the body is too big for the wings. But nobody told the bee that. So the bee can fly anyway. Well, I see women who are battling this, and we have seen, unfortunately, many over the years. They have to be brave. And honestly, for them to get out of bed in the morning when their bodies just don't have it in them, they do it anyway. So they really are brave warriors.
Yeah.
They really are. So that's where it originated
I love
from.
that. I love that. Okay, so if people are watching and they're like, okay, how do I get to this? Guys, we can pull up the info for the
brave.
race. And of course, there's the sign. We've got the info on a graphic. Again, this is next Saturday, so not this Saturday, next Saturday, October 4th. It starts at 8:30 in the morning. There is the address in Caledonia for you to check it out. If you register now, it's $30. Again, that $30 is going right to the Van Andel Institute. If you register after the 28th, it bumps up to $40. But again, all of that money going to such an incredible cause. Ladies, anything that I am missing here? Any other logistical details for people to know ahead of next weekend?
I would just like to say, I know we're very biased, but this 5K will be unlike any one that you've ever done before. And I would just say, come experience it, give us a chance, show up, and I think you'll be back again next year.
Absolutely. Awesome. I'm so moved. Ladies, thank you so much for being here, for talking about this, such an incredible cause. Thank you for making it so local here to our community and, of course, touching so many families each year as you make that way toward year 20. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
So much.
We're going to take